Hi, my name's Linda Brumwell, and I run the Introduction to Jewellery Making here at Jewellery Maker. It's a great way of learning with like-minded people how to make jewellery with, as a bonus, genuine gemstones. When you arrive first thing in the morning, we all have a cup of coffee and all get introduced to one another, so it's very, very relaxed. And then we start learning the very basics of jewellery making, which will carry you through the whole journey of jewellery making in the future. The first thing that we learn is how to create the first 2 loops, which will then enhance the whole of your jewellery making, and you'll be able to make absolutely every type of jewellery that you wish to, starting from this very beginning point. The first loop we start on is probably the one that does tend to fox a few people, so don't worry too much about it. You'll crack it in the end, and it's just what we call the simple loop. And then the next loop that we learn is probably something that sounds a little bit more difficult, but it certainly isn't, and everybody picks it up really quickly, is a wrapped loop. Once we've got those under our belt with a little bit of practice, we then immediately start to make earrings, and we grow our earrings according to these loops that we've just learned to make. We learn to use various findings in order to do this, probably findings that you will have never heard of, but by the end of the day you'll be incredibly familiar with. Then in the run up to lunchtime, we sort of have a little chat and make sure that nobody's really struggling, so we iron out all those little difficulties if there are any. And then we get a fantastic buffet delivered at lunchtime, which we all relax with. Wendy, who's our workshop coordinator, pops down and opens up the shop. Wendy will also then, when you're ready, she'll take you on a tour of the studios. You'll probably get to meet several producers, several presenters, guest designers as well that are always in the building. And the highlight of that particular tour actually is a visit to the museum, where you'll see some astonishing gemstones, something that you've never imagined in your whole life existed. The things that we've learnt in the morning, we bring them all together and we can all make independently pieces of jewellery, and obviously iron out at that point any issues that you've got, and we can do that on a one-to-one basis. When everybody's happy, we'll then move on to various designs. You can make sort of multi-layered necklaces, multi-layered bracelets, charm bracelets. We'll also move on to a little bit of wire weaving work, where you can learn the ladder weave, which is a very good basic weave to learn. I can show you if there's time then to add on to that particular weave and make that a little bit more creative, and that will lead on to something which is quite special in my class for new jewellery makers, and that's the old beaded bead. Everybody enjoys making that. Then we normally draw into a close around about 4 o'clock, 4:30. Again, we can have a one-to-one chat if anybody's struggling on something, or if anybody has got anything specific in mind that they've either seen on a morning show or on a guest designer show that they would like to achieve. So by all means, bring along all those questions, any little bits of jewellery that you're struggling with, and we can sort it out between us.